Hey guys, I'm here with Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures, and he's been traveling with us for a couple of days through a really cool trail.
Having a blast.
Yeah, this is called the El Camino del Diablo, or the Devil's Road.
Yeah.
And it's been actually beautiful. There's places so beautiful, I call them like the Garden of Eden back there. It was like blooming.
Yeah, the sunrise this morning was
The sunrise
unreal.
was amazing. Yeah, no devils so far on this road, but it has been fairly. It's using all of our 4x4 stuff, and so we're going to talk about Matt's truck. He's been leading the way. Why don't you take a second and just show us around your rig?
Yeah,
and
be glad to.
starting maybe with what kind of wheels you have, suspension, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, it's a 2021 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. Between my wife and I, we had 4 different Wranglers before getting the Gladiator, so had a lot of experience and had a lot of ideas for what I wanted to do with it when we got it. So I knew when I got the Gladiator, I wanted it to be able to sustain us for long distance adventure travel and be able to tackle whatever we happen to come upon. So first thing I did was 3.5-inch Clayton off-road lift and 38-inch Milestar Patagonia MTO2s. I don't think a Gladiator looks good. They look weird stock, let's just be honest. I don't think a Gladiator looks good until they're on 37s. And so I had the opportunity to go with 38s, and it's been incredible. Just a year and a half ago, paired that with Elka's big remote reservoir adjustable shocks, and those have been a huge game changer for how comfortable this is on trail and on road, because I can dial it in for whatever type of trails that we're doing. Went with the Ace Engineering rock sliders. I had these on my last JK and absolutely loved them because they work in conjunction with the factory Ruby rails, so it's kind of double protection, and it makes for a very nice step to access gear and get to the top.
Tell us about your rack, and we'll talk about sleeping arrangements in a minute, but what do you got for a rack there?
For the rack, I started with a half rack when I first got the Gladiator and liked it, but wanted the extra space just to be able to, if I need to get up in here and access the batteries and stuff. But discovered Extrusion Overland a couple years ago, and with my initial rack, I was very frustrated having to crawl in the back to access stuff here. But with this,
oh, nice.
I have access from the side, so from here, I can get to my batteries. I can get to these totes. This has all my tools. My other one has just extra camping supplies. So I can get to everything I need back here very easily without having to crawl into the back.
Yeah, that's handy.
Little tiny traction boards. These aren't actually for recovery.
They just look good?
They're for leveling the vehicle.
Oh, okay.
The extrusion rack lets me put this and kind of recess it, so all my recovery gear, air up hose is easily accessible here. So I learned my lesson one time having my recovery gear in the back of my Wrangler, and I was pinned against a tree. I couldn't open the tailgate to get to it, so I had to crawl in the back and crawl over things. So always keep your recovery gear
That's
easily
a great
accessible.
Tip. Yep.
In the back, for a truck, keeping things dust-free is key. I don't care if dust gets on the outside of things, but all my kitchen gear, camping supplies is in this drawer by SHW, and it's all dust-free, waterproof.
Nice.
Everything is good. All my small kitchen supplies and everything are in this drawer from this ISCO fridge slide.
Oh, and the whole fridge slides as well.
The whole fridge slides out as well.
And this is what, a 40?
35.
35?
It's their VL35
Nice.
Pro. I actually regret not putting my 55 liter in there for this trip. I went too small.
Yeah, and it's hotter than we expected.
It is hotter than we expected.
So you're going through more liquid.
Yes.
And this is powered through. Tell us a bit about your power system back here.
I've got 2 100 amp hour anti-gravity batteries in the back,
nice.
Powered off a Red Arc BCDC 1250.
Okay.
So 200 amp hours, charging at 50 amps when I'm on the move. I never lack for power.
Right.
And I would rather have more power than I need than not enough.
Then struggle,
especially when we're running fridges. My air compressor runs off those batteries. We're running Starlink when we're at camp. We've got a diesel heater that we're running off of it. It handles it all. So,
good. And right now you're just charging from when you're driving? Or do you have a solar?
Yes, I have the option for solar.
Oh, okay.
But since we're on the move every day,
constantly moving,
I don't worry about bringing solar with me. I only do that when I know we're going to be base camping for a couple days.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise, it doesn't do any good when you're parked at camp at night and you don't get moonlight.
Yeah, that's true. So in terms of camp life, and we'll walk around the front of the vehicle, but just food, water, shelter. We see how you store food. You've got a water container on the side.
Roto packs on the side for 2 gallons. I've actually got a couple just water gallon jugs. This is what we use for just washing stuff off, and then I've got one in here that we drink out of, and then I swap them out as we use them.
Okay, and then you've got that little propane tank. Is that for cooking?
Propane tank for cooking.
And you use
this one for the portable fire pit. Especially when we're traveling out west, you just never know where there's burn bins. So
yeah.
I like to have.
It's always nice to have that.
Yeah.
In fact, we enjoyed that last night.
We did, and now we're out of propane.
Yeah, and we're out of propane for at least another day because this trail goes on before we see any town.
Oh, one thing that I am super excited about, in having this as a camp live-in vehicle, is I've got rock lights. Under the tent.
Nice.
You won't be able to see them in the light, but rock lights under the tent.
Yeah, that just lights up your whole bed.
These little lights here for lighting
the
up
kitchen area.
Camp. And if you have a wedge style tent,
like this one,
a hard tent,
yep.
These little lights on the side pointing down, so that when the tent's up, it lights up your ladder space
and the whole base.
And the whole that's been a fun addition.
So you know if you're stepping on a scorpion before you do.
Exactly.
That's smart.
And then this controller is actually Bluetooth, so I can have all the lights on, get up in my tent,
turn them off from an app.
Turn them all off.
That's awesome.
So
that's a nice cool little addition.
Yeah.
In terms of sleeping, you've got a iCamper
BDV Duo.
Okay.
Which is so comfortable.
Yeah.
As with any tent, we upgraded the mattress immediately to one of the inflatable memory foam mattresses. We're using iCampers, their mattress in this. It's super comfortable, but every tent I've had, we've had X-Peds, we've had the Amazon versions that you can find there that are a lot cheaper. But the upgraded mattress is huge.
Okay.
I haven't found a rooftop tent yet that comes with a good mattress.
Right. Yeah. It's almost something you have to fix right out of the gate. When this is up, you can sit up quite comfortably.
Oh, yeah, we can sit up just fine.
Seems to have a lot of room in there, so that's great.
Change clothes, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And then you mentioned earlier your heater, but you've got a planar.
Got a planar diesel heater that just packs in real nice back there in the corner, and
then you just run the hose up there and keeps you toasty warm.
Yep. And it's been doing really good because Kara's very cold natured, and if it's in the 50s, she's like, I'm freezing. So
that keeps you warm.
Just keep it on low, and then vent the windows.
Nice. What else can you tell us? In the back here.
So on the side, so we keep a roto pack, diesel, water, and gas. So we've got all 3 options there. This is just a little spout I got off Amazon.
Oh, nice.
And put it in the water, so I can just easily wash my hands off. And
that's super handy. Yeah, I like that.
4x4 Colorado awning. This came in real handy yesterday.
Yeah.
When we were having lunch, just to get out of the sun, because even though it's wintertime here, it's baking right now.
It is. And yesterday we were in direct sun. We had no shade, so these awnings came in handy. So that's a 270.
270. Yep. Freestanding, so I don't have to deal with.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
Sort of stuff. Let's see. Up front, we've got KC Highlights Gravity Pro 6 light bar. All the rest of the lights are from Morimoto. The ambers, the side shooters here, the ambers up there on the top. Absolutely love these lights. Relentless fabrication for the bumper.
Oh, neat.
Saw those guys at my very first Expo West 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I had been looking for a new bumper that was nice and stubby, but still had a bull bar and recessed winch. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, boom,
that's solid.
Gotta have that. Running an open road 4-wheel drive Panther Series 2 winch. Dirt cheap winch.
Is that right?
It's like $400.
Oh, wow.
And it has served me well for the last 2 years.
Nice.
And then we're using the Yankum Groove Fairlead. So there is no metal in my recovery system.
Oh, okay.
So it's just the loop off the synthetic line here that attaches to that. So synthetic line, soft shackle, tree strap.
Right.
If something happens to fail, there's
nothing going to come back.
Store kinetic energy and bounce back at you. AEV safari snorkel.
I see that.
Because in the Ozarks, that's kind of a requirement.
Yeah.
I've seen way too many rigs get hydrolocked going through water crossings or
Right.
mud holes that they didn't expect to be as deep as they are.
Yeah.
So that's just nice insurance to have. Oh, inside. Let me show you
Yeah.
inside.
For comms, you're running
Midland. MXT
GMRS?
550, yep, GMRS, the Midland MXT 550.
and a couple
Excuse
of
me.
handhelds.
MXT 575.
Oh, okay.
So all the controls are on the mic, and a couple of handhelds for when we're out of the rig.
Yeah.
Spotting and hiking and whatnot. Storage on the inside. Excuse the mess, but we do have a 60% seat delete from SHW. If I remove the bags, I can access everything under there.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that I actually messaged SHW last night, because this is a great rig for just me. It's a great rig for me and Kara. It's difficult to travel these long trips with me, Kara, and dog,
Right.
because Rooster takes up a whole seat.
Yeah.
So we're having to cram everything over here. So we've
Which
got.
which typically would be extra storage.
That's typically where my
Yeah.
cameras go. 'Cause
Sure,
On
yeah.
the driver's side, boom, get out, grab camera.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out some way to maybe put a shelf here
Mm-hmm.
to keep clothing bags, not, so that the camera bags don't have to sit on the clothing bags, because when we get to camp, it's a pain to
Move everything.
move everything around.
Yeah. no
So I
doubt.
need to find some sort of shelf that I can put here and keep camera bags on top, be able to slide these in and out. So that's what I got to figure out when I get home.
So this is your first trip with Rooster?
First
Is
trip with Rooster.
it?
Yeah.
And so what's your synopsis so
She
far?
has been fantastic.
Yeah. So it looks like
she's just picked up. She's doing awesome.
she's been really
She's not had any
mascot around
issues.
camp.
She just stakes close to us.
She's not
she
running with
travels
Lando
well.
yet, but who
She
knows?
wants to.
Yeah.
She wants to. But
So that I asked you that because you'll probably end up traveling with her a bit more. So this shelf system you're talking about is probably,
we've got Goose as well. If you've watched our channel, everybody knows who Goose is. Goose is actually Rooster's half sister, or Goose is Rooster's half brother. Rooster's the half sister. They got the same dad, and there's no. Kara wanted to bring Goose too, but there's no way to have both of us and two dogs
Yeah.
in the Gladiator. So anytime we're on the trip with both of them, 2 dogs means 2 Jeeps.
right. Yeah.
So Kara's Jeep is the dog hauler, and mine is the stuff hauler.
Equipment hauler. Awesome.
Inside, excuse the mess. This is my favorite thing inside the Jeep. It's from Anvil Overland, and it's just a dash bar with all the accessories. So we've got 2 phone mounts, one for the passenger and driver, my iPad mount, multiple GoPro mounts, handheld radio mount, Garmin InReach mount, and that just keeps everything nice and secure and within reach. So I love having this dash mount. It's overkill for probably non-YouTubers who don't
Right.
need all the cameras and stuff, but it's super handy. I have been crazy impressed with this vehicle.
Yeah.
This is my favorite Jeep I've ever owned, and in 2.5 years put 82,000 miles on it.
Oh well.
And other than a very weird rear locker issue that I'll get sorted out when we get home, it's been
good.
super reliable
Yeah.
and has been fantastic. It is the favorite Jeep I've ever owned.
And you definitely haven't been babying it.
Oh no,
It's,
oh no, it's got
it's got some.
it's got
dents
its
and
war
scratches.
rooms here and there.
You're using it. So.
If you're going to wheel a Gladiator, you just have to expect that the back end's gonna get some dents eventually.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just part of it.
It's just part of the whole game. So yeah, and following you for the last couple of days, you guys just go wherever you want to go, and this thing seems to handle it no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for the walk around. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
As many of these as we do, we always learn something new. Somebody has some great ideas. So thank you for that. If you guys don't know who Ozark Overland Adventures are yet on YouTube, definitely go check them out. They have a great channel. And it's sometimes just Matt, often it's you and Kara getting out there. Most of the time it's you and Kara getting out there doing adventures, and the dogs sometimes. So yeah, check them out. We'll put a link below. How do they find you on Instagram as well? Same?
All Ozark Overland Adventures.
Awesome,
Everywhere.
very
And
easy.
in a year and a half, we'll be hitting the road full time, following you guys.
That's exciting, yeah. If you didn't hear that,
Yeah.
well, you probably did. He's mic'd up, but yeah, they are going to be hitting the road full time, and I'm sure we'll see you
can't
down the
wait.
road on that.
Yeah, I can't wait to just be able to come to a campsite like this and just not have to go anywhere.
Yep.
Just stay there.
Spend as
For as
much
long as
time
we
you
want.
Good. Well, we have what, about 70 miles ahead of us?
60.
60.
Yep, 60 miles left.
Of sand and dirt and awesome desert scenery.
Yeah.
So let's ride.
Let's do it.
All right, man.
All right,
Thanks again.
What's up, everyone? I'm Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures. Kara and I are here with Epic Family Road Trip.